Hello, Reds fans. Welcome to the YNWA Transfer News Channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily latest news.
Big moves could be coming to Anfield. Marc Guehi wants the switch, Liverpool contact Victor Gyökeres, and major decisions are being made on stars like Luis Diaz and Darwin Nunez. Let's break it all down. Transfer season is heating up. Liverpool transfer news as Marc Guehi wants move amid Victor Gyökeres contact. Liverpool transfer news as Marc Guehi is said to be keen on a move to Anfield, while the Reds have reportedly made contact over the potential signing of Victor Gyökeres. Liverpool has made quite the splash in the summer transfer window, and there's every chance it isn't done yet with more than 2 months still to go. The Reds have wasted no time in preparing for next season's Premier League title defense, with Jeremy Frimpong and Florian Wirtz now on board. While it's surely just a matter of time before Gyökeres' move is confirmed after he underwent his medical on Merseyside earlier this week, the attention looks likely to turn to outgoings for a while now, although there are plenty of names still being linked with moves to Anfield, with a new centre-back and striker looking to be the biggest priorities. Here is the Liverpool.com verdict on the transfer gossip to emerge around the Reds today. Marc Guehi, Crystal Palace. Marc Guehi wants a move to Liverpool. Former Everton CEO Keith Wyness has told Football Insider. It's claimed that the Crystal Palace defender is keen on a move to Anfield, while his current club recognizes it will need to cash in, given he has just a year left on his contract at Selhurst Park. Wyness goes on to say he expects the deal to go through, with all parties likely to be happy with the move. Liverpool.com says, "Well, we'll take all of that with a pinch of salt, but it does seem as though Liverpool is interested in Guehi. So if he is indeed keen on a move to Anfield, that can only help the Reds' efforts. You'd have to imagine Guehi will be on the move this summer, whether it's to Liverpool or somewhere else. Palace are a good outfit under Oliver Glasner, but it still feels like Guehi needs to take a step up now in his career, and you don't get much bigger steps than a move to the Reds." Victor Gyökeres, Sporting CP. Liverpool has made contact over the potential signing of Victor Gyökeres, according to Portuguese outlet Correio de Manha. The Reds are said to have joined the race for the Sporting CP striker alongside Manchester United and Arsenal. It's claimed that Sporting could be willing to let Gyökeres go for around $93 million, although Liverpool isn't currently prepared to pay that sort of figure. Liverpool.com says, "Well, that rumor was quickly extinguished, wasn't it? It might well be the case that Liverpool wants to build some funds before going after a new striker, and it does seem likely it will look to offload some players before making any more moves this summer. Whether Gyökeres is the man to go for is up for debate." Liverpool keep or sell as transfer decisions made on Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunez, and 9 more players. Liverpool looks set to turn its attention towards selling players next in the summer transfer window, with a lot of players potentially set for exits. It's been quite the start to the summer transfer window for Liverpool, but new signings look likely to take a back seat for a little while now as departures become the Reds' priority. It looks like it will be just a matter of time before Gyökeres' arrival is confirmed, with the left-back joining Jeremy Frimpong and Florian Wirtz as Liverpool's major signings so far, and Georgi Mamardashvili also completing his move from Valencia. In anyone's books, that is already a superb window. The Reds might not be done there though, with some areas still to be addressed and plenty of big names still being linked with a move to Anfield. Before any more new signings arrive though, it looks as though we will be bidding farewell to 1 or 2 players. Or maybe even more. The attention is likely to turn to departures now for Liverpool, and plenty of players have been linked with exits this summer. But which of those should Arne Slot and Richard Hughes be looking to offload? Liverpool.com has run the rule over the players being linked with exits and given its verdict on whether the Reds should keep or sell. Jarell Quansah. It seems like this one is already done and dusted, and even if you think Liverpool should keep hold of Jarell Quansah this summer, the Reds look like they've made their mind up as a move to Bayer Leverkusen beckons. There is no doubt that this is a bit of a risk from Liverpool, not least because Ibrahima Konate has just 1 year left on his contract. Considering Real Madrid is supposedly lurking again and looking for yet another free transfer, the Reds might not be leaving themselves any room to maneuver should it become clear that the Frenchman has had his head turned by the Spanish giant. Still, $46 million is a lot to turn down for Quansah, so you can absolutely understand Liverpool accepting an offer from Leverkusen. A new centre-back absolutely has to be a priority now though. Verdict: sell on the proviso that a new centre-back is bought before the end of the window. Andy Robertson. Gyökeres arriving won't come as a surprise to any Liverpool fan. What might be a shock, though, is Andy Robertson departing. Atletico Madrid has emerged as a surprise destination, with the Scotland international seemingly Diego Simeone's top priority now that Theo Hernandez and Lucas Digne's names have been pushed aside. Whether Robertson stays will likely come down to the player rather than the club. It would make no sense for Liverpool to have 3 senior left-backs next season, so one of the current options will surely make way. Although his levels undoubtedly dropped last season, Robertson was still first choice, and having him around to guide Gyökeres, who is still only 21, remember. Liverpool transfer news. Alexander Isak latest as truth behind Viktor Gyökeres links revealed. Liverpool have turned their attention to signing a forward in the summer transfer window, with the expected departure of Darwin Nunez to Napoli paving the way for a new arrival. There are still 67 days left until the summer transfer window closes for business on September 1st, and Liverpool appear to be ahead of the game. The Reds have signed Bayer Leverkusen pair Jeremy Frimpong and Florian Wirtz, and have sealed the capture of Bournemouth left-back Milos Gyökeres. And they are far from done, with plenty more deals, both in and out, in the pipeline in the coming weeks and months. Arne Slot has tasked sporting director Richard Hughes with finding a new striker and a central defender, with the planned departures of Darwin Nunez and Jarell Quansah leaving holes in his title-winning squad. Thankfully, Liverpool have money in the bank following some reserve transfer windows in the recent past. Further sales are needed, though, and exits will be as frequent as arrivals in the coming days. Here, Mirror Football takes a look over the latest comings and goings from Anfield. Isak latest. Like Arsenal and many other top European clubs, Liverpool are keen on Newcastle striker Alexander Isak, who scored 27 goals last season to cement his status as one of the best in the business. The problem is that Isak is under contract with Newcastle until June 2028 and is valued at between £150 million and £200 million by his employers. The Magpies are planning to offer the 25-year-old a new contract to further strengthen their hand and are willing to smash their existing wage structure to up his current £150,000 a week deal. That's the bad news. The good news is that Liverpool are in a stronger position financially, and, should they wish to, they could offer Isak better terms. It just remains to be seen whether the Reds opt to sign a centre-forward this summer or bide their time, hope Isak doesn't sign a new contract and then move at a later date. Gyökeres to replace Nunez? Piers Morgan has been left furious after seeing reports that Liverpool have joined Arsenal in the race for Viktor Gyökeres. The report in question, from Portuguese outlet Correio de Manha, says that Liverpool are now targeting Gyökeres as a potential replacement for Nunez, who has agreed to join Napoli. The club are reportedly ready to discuss a fee for Gyökeres, with Sporting demanding €80 million (68.1 million) to sell the goal machine. However, TNT Sports claims that Liverpool are not interested in Gyökeres, suggesting that the reports in Portugal are not true. Manchester United have also been linked with the ex-Coventry City player, who is itching to leave Sporting and has fallen out with the club president. Liverpool have also looked at Frankfurt striker Hugo Ekitike, with Sky Germany suggesting he is under serious consideration. Either move will have to wait until Nunez has been sold. David Moyes could sign his next Tim Cahill for Everton after lofty manager claim. Everton have been linked with a potential move for Millwall striker Mihailo Ivanovic. Millwall's handle on their social media accounts describes themselves as a club like no other. And David Moyes might be heading back to the Lion's Den to unearth another gem over 2 decades on from snapping up arguably his most explosive bargain buy. Back in the summer of 2004, with Blues still reeling from the loss of Wayne Rooney, the most gifted homegrown talent in Everton's history, Moyes looked to increase his team's firepower with a prospect from the Championship who had caught the eye during Millwall's march to the FA Cup final. Tim Cahill had already served a significant apprenticeship with 6 full seasons in South London, amassing 249 appearances and 56 goals. But after hitting double figures in 4 of those last 5 campaigns, the Scot saw something he could work with. And after sealing a £1.5 million transfer, the Australia international would go on to help the Blues finish 4th in his first year, their highest ever Premier League finish, and by the time he departed Goodison Park in 2012, He'd played 278 times and scored 68 times, including 5 in Merseyside derbies. Fast forward some 21 years, and now, back in charge at Everton, Moyes is being linked with a move for Millwall striker Mihailo Ivanovic, who Goodison News claim the Blues are keen to sign, with the player having generated interest from multiple Premier League clubs. Born in Novi Sad on November 29, 2004. The day after Cahill played for Everton in a 1-1 draw at Newcastle United with Craig Bellamy's 5th-minute opener for the Magpies being cancelled out by Lee Carsley's 56th minute equalizer. Ivanovic scored 10 times in 48 matches for his first club Vojvodina in the Serbian Superliga, but after his first stint abroad. A season-long loan at Sampdoria in 2022-23 consisted of just a 3-minute cameo off the bench at the end of their final game, a 2-0 loss. At Napoli, after finishing rock bottom and suffering relegation from Serie A, eyebrows were raised when Millwall lured him to Bermondsey on August 30th last year for a £2.8 million fee. The 6'2" centre-forward made his international debut for Serbia as a substitute in a goalless draw at home to Denmark on November 18th, and he finished his first season in England with 13 goals in 40 games for Millwall, a dozen of which were in the Championship, as he ended the campaign with a flourish, netting 7 times in his final 9 outings. Manager Alex Neil was certainly impressed, and after Ivanovic bagged a brace in a 2-1 home win over Portsmouth on April 5th, operating more in the attacking central midfield berth deployed by Cahill for most of his career rather than leading the line. His boss is quoted by The National as saying, "Any 20-year-old that leads the line in the Championship and can get nearly 10 goals and he'll get double figures before."
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time.